Good morning, viewers. Today we have Mr. Hardesh Chaujar, Senior Director Marketing, R&D and Exports, Faber India. Welcome, Mr. Chaujar, to our show. So tell me, Mr. Hardesh, how do you keep yourself updated with the market trends? Because you are into your Director Marketing, R&D and Exports. So there must be various channels of information.
Yes.
Can you just share your insights? How do you
See,
gather
for us,
information?
for us, I think there are primary and secondary sources of information. I think on the primary side, I think so. As a habit, what I do every day is that when I step into my office early in the morning, so I think for the first 1.5 hours, I'm practically doing nothing but just chatting up with a few of my colleagues who are there in various industries. So someday I'll pick up someone, and someday I'll pick up someone else, and so on. So it's just to get a sense of how their businesses are shaping up, what is happening in their businesses, and so on. The second is that obviously, so we rely on, so like Infodrive provides us with a lot of data as well. We look at a lot of other data points as well. So we gather in a lot of our data from a lot of our primary suppliers as well, on a monthly basis, with some on a fortnightly basis. So we gather a lot of this data points. So just to make sure that we are on top of not only the consumer but the market trends, the competitive trends, and so on. Trend does not evolve over a day. So trend evolves over a period of time. So and the success of any business lies in how capable you are to see the trend before others can see it. My team's job is it's that you have to mine for all these data points, put it together, and then see whether it is creating some kind of a trend or so on and so forth. In terms of data analytics, I tend to rely a lot more on primary sources of data, which is coming either say from more reliable data points, which means that what are the custom trends, what are the sales trends, what are say tertiary trends, what are the related industry trends, and so on.
And what are the secondary sources?
Secondary sources are many. So there are very interesting ways of picking up data. In our case, there is no syndicated data. So which means that there is no GfK and there is nobody who's publishing sort of market shares. So we were looking at sort of what are the how do we extrapolate shares in such a sort of a dark, semi-dark kind of an environment. So one, obviously we picked up Infodrive. The other, we started picking up. We said that okay, let's look at substitute. So one of the indicative numbers that we picked up is that we said that okay, let's look at the traffic on Google. So chimney as a keyword, you just give me the
Number of searches
and the number of searches with, so the chimney as a primary action, then as a secondary action to which brand did that search result in. So we started mapping that out. Then we realized that okay, our share of search is within that 2% range of our understanding of a share of market. So it was a very good analogy, so to say. And there are so many more analogies. Say Amazon, if you go to Amazon and you look at Amazon source of business. So Amazon source of business for a category, and Amazon source of business for your brand within the category. You will, if you extrapolate both of these two data points together, so you will immediately know which are your weak markets and your strong markets. Sales in the markets where we are strong as a brand was almost like 4 times the sale which happened in the markets where we were not strong. It just corroborates your thinking. A sales guy would say, "It's a marketing ही है वहाँ पर, marketing ही है." But that's not true because your competitor is selling. So you are not able to sell because your brand is relatively has a weaker position. But the data point that market नहीं है वहाँ पे is then ruled out. So the point that I'm trying to say is that if you similarly, what we started doing very interestingly was we started tracking our own installations. So we started looking at historic installations, in the sense we said that we have our own data. So coming in from 2014, so we started mapping every year what happened in the month of October, how does it spike, how does it whatever. So say for example in October of this year, we installed almost double the number of products as last year.
Okay.
So while our growth was just about 50 to 53% on primary sales, our installation growth was more than 100%.
Okay.
So the thing is that so we got to know instantly that there are a lot of installations that we're missing out. So the point that I'm trying to say is that on the secondary side we have picked up a lot of these substitutes and sort of analogies where we pick up the data point and then say, okay, if I substitute this for market share, then what happens? So we look at, so we also looked at, say for example, the ownership curve. So in the sense, what all products come into the household before the chimney does.
Okay.
So one of the things that we realized was that immediately before the chimney comes in, the consumer needs to be a owner of a 4-wheeler, an air conditioner, a microwave, a water purifier before she goes out and buys a chimney. So we said that okay, so we went to IRS. We said that okay, how many households have this kind of profile of the chimney? They do not capture, but then we looked at how many do they have, and then we extrapolated it over. So then we had some algorithm of ours where we said that okay, conversion from preference to so on and so on. Our opportunity to sell is almost 2.5 times what we are selling, and in this month in October, we actually sold 2 times what we were selling then. So,
very interesting. It was. Thank you, Mr. Hardesh. It was wonderful having you with us and
Thank you for
sparing your
coming
time.
over.
Thank you.
Thank you.